Kathy Dial is with us again, and joining us now is John Murray, a founder and CEO of Families First of Virginia. He spent 24 years working with foster and adoptive children and families and has specialized training in neurofeedback and trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, which you may not understand what that means, but I believe Mr. Murray can give you an idea because it can be applied to everyday life.
True.
In this particular circumstance, though, this is a child that's now in an environment with which he or she is not that familiar. And so let's talk a little bit about how that new environment can impact how a child thinks, behaves, and what happens in the brain, because this is a developing brain that we're talking about.
I think starting first, just look at how fear affects the brain, especially for a developing brain. A human brain is not fully developed till the age of 23 for women and 25 for men. So for children, we're looking at children, when we have them moving from home to home, the fear factor affects their development and brain function. And so it's not just acting out behavior, it truly is a chemical response in the brain, and it stimulates a part of the brain called the amygdala, which shoots up this adrenaline and cortisol in the back of the brain, and it shuts down areas of the brain that help with making good decisions and being able to process information properly. So parents have to look at behavior differently when we have these changes.
Okay. So this triggers something that is not necessarily a good thing, which is that it shuts out a child's ability to really reason, if a child can really even do that at this point in their life, but it's still something that can be averted.
It's a good thing if you're in survival, but it's not a good thing in functioning day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So parents that see this disrespectful or defiant behavior, especially for grandparents that are now raising grandchildren, we have to look at the trauma that they've gone through. And if you see acting out behavior and you start chasing that behavior, you're really not focused on what's going on with that child.
Okay. So what can a relative or a grandparent do?
The first thing is to have empathy. Using an empathetic statement will actually calm the brain down. So for example, if a child's acting up, you could say, well, I can see this is a difficult time for you. And you don't say anything after that. Most parents use empathy statements, but then they put a but behind it, and therefore it shoots adrenaline right back up. So if I just said, hey, I can see this is a hard time for you, do you want to talk about it? Give them choices, give them the opportunity to calm down. Then the executive part of the brain can cut back on.
Oh, but that's hard for people to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very hard.
Because we're in the habit of being in charge and being in control.
Yes, and most of us were raised as corrective parents. We were supposed to correct behavior right away.
Right.
But correcting behavior right away really is dealing with a brain that is intoxicated with chemicals. So if you want children to learn, you don't give the lesson when they're stressed. And that's the biggest mistake that most parents make.
Wow. And in this case, it can be grandparents, too, who are just, again, reverting to something that perhaps they did when they were parents.
Right.
So this...
Adding more fear to the brain when the brain is already overloaded with chemicals only makes behavior worse, does not make it better. I could stop behavior by adding more fear, but what will it teach them? It won't really change behavior long term. It'll give a short-term response only.
Oh, okay. So it seems so basic and so simple, but it isn't.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah.
Can you give us some examples that we can share with our grandparents and our relative caregivers?
Well, just one example would be there's actually a formula, and there are other professionals out there a whole lot smarter than I am that came up with these formulas, but there's a formula called 10-20-10, where you spend 10 minutes in the morning with a child. You're not asking questions, you're just spending time with them. That gets their brain regulated before going to school. Then when they get back home from school, you spend 20 minutes with them. You're not asking questions. You don't ask, how was your day? You just spend time with them. Why is that so important? Because if you're a regulated person, that is, that your brain is functioning properly, you spend enough time with that individual, you teach the child what it's like to be calm and focused at the same time. So 10 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, and then 10 minutes before they go to bed. That's 40 minutes in a day, and that's typically more time than most parents spend with their child with one-on-one together.
So spending just some calm time together and getting that child familiar with that kind of rhythm
Yes.
they can then apply that to a lot of other things because it allows them to respond differently in the long run.
Typically for babies and for infants, that happened. But for a lot of the grandparents, they are experiencing children who didn't have enough brain regulation during that infant time or when they were younger.
So because they may have been displaced as young children, so they
Correct.
didn't have that kind of routine.
So how do I get my 8 or 9-year-old who's always on the go playing the games or outside kicking the soccer ball to come and sit by me?
Well, just in the morning, eating breakfast together. You don't have to talk, just being together. It's a schedule. You have to schedule that time. It's not a matter, we are stuck on what we're supposed to say to children and these lessons that we're supposed to give. Those are important. But what's most important is the amount of time we're spending with children. And grandparents have an advantage over that, hopefully, if their work schedule allows that. So that's one great aspect that grandparents really don't understand, that they have the time, and usually by that time they've looked at life a little bit differently and they can see the bigger picture.
Yeah. I imagine that they're not going to do it perfectly the first time anyway, because there's still going to be that response to want to correct a child or say, don't stop doing that, or particularly if the child is doing something that's annoying to the grandparent or what have you. So it's got to be kind of a challenge for the adult.
It's a challenge. I mean, it's a challenge for all of us to parent in a way that's most effective.
Yeah.
But I just want us to remember that, you know, fear affects children. And they might not look scared, but a defiant kid is a scared child.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty revealing, isn't
Oh,
it?
I know.
Because
Yeah,
behavior
yeah.
does tell you so much if you know how to read it. And you can do something to make it change. Thank you. We know we didn't get into too much detail, but that's such a nice tidbit of information and something very, very useful.
Okay.
So thank you.
Oh,
John
you're welcome.
Murray.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Kathy, thanks for the questions too. They were great. And still to come, how to help make your grandchild feel safe again and other parenting tips.